Hey guys, welcome to my channel. This is NBATierz. Today we're going to be ranking the last 15 NBA Finals MVPs. So that's from 2010 until 2024, fresh off of Jaylen Brown winning it. We've got all of these guys in order here, and we're kind of just going to rank them in groups of three. Looks like 5 groups of 3. This is a little template that I made myself. I'll probably go ahead and link that uh, in the description or something. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. How we're going to be ranking them is based off of just the finals performance, not them as overall, players and whatnot. Just in the finals, how did you perform? The numbers you put up, the impact you had on your team winning, strength of competition, all of that stuff is kind of what I'm taking into account here. Um, so it looks like we're going to start with Kobe in 2010. Uh, the Lakers defeated the Boston Celtics in 7, I believe. Yeah. Uh, it's probably somewhere top 9-ish, maybe. I haven't really thought about this beforehand, so we're just kind of going to freestyle it and, you know, move things around, rank them left to right, make sure everything's in order. Uh, Kobe was pretty good in this series. I think Game 7 he shot like 6 for 24. Didn't really play well. Didn't really do much offensively. He hit the glass. He had a couple moments. Uh, yeah, I think that game alone, Game 7, kind of drags down some of his averages. He was pretty good throughout that series. Uh, this is 2011 Dirk. I think if you just look at the bare statistics, he wasn't like mind blowing. In this finals, he still played good, but it wasn't like mind blowing. But it's specifically in the fourth quarters that I think he was just kind of dissecting the Heat. And yeah, this obviously when Dallas beat the Miami Heat in what was it 6 in 2011. Probably top 9-ish for now. 2012. This is the Miami Heat. LeBron James. They defeated the Oklahoma City Thunder in like 5 or something like that. LeBron was good in this series. Um, I'd probably I'd probably put him over Dirk. Yeah, I'd probably put him over Dirk. Probably no higher. So we'll see. We got 3 in the top 9. Someone's gonna have to move out, probably up or down, but we'll see. 2013 LeBron. See, I don't. He's probably not like top 6, but yeah, he was very good in the series. Better in 2012, I think. The Miami Heat beat the San Antonio Spurs in 7 games. Obviously, we know about the shot Ray Allen hit, but in what was that Game 6? Also, LeBron was very dynamic in that fourth quarter, putting his team in a position to win. Played well on both ends all series. Uh, Tiago splitter block in 2013, right? I think pretty good performance. This is Kawhi Leonard. He's probably going to find himself in the bottom 3. He won this finals for playing extremely great defense on LeBron James. As we all know, offensively, he didn't have the highest output, but he was still very efficient. He played very well in this series, but I mean, he wasn't like on the tier of like most of these guys that we're going to be ranking. Just, impact wise, dominance numbers statistically. Like, I don't think he can really match up to some of these other performances. This is Iguodala the very next year. Won Finals MVP for a very similar reason, right? Guarding LeBron James. He came off the bench in the first 3 games in this series. The Cavs went up 2-1, and then the Golden State Warriors inserted him into the starting lineup in Game 4, won 3 straight after that, and won the series in 6. Iggy probably shouldn't have this Finals MVP, to be honest with you. Um, but he still, he played his role well. He stepped up offensively, specifically in the last 3 games where he did end up as a starter. He was pretty good, but I probably wouldn't put him ahead of Kawhi. I think Kawhi played better defense. Uh, and then just strength of opponent, right? Like the 2015 Cavs were injured, Kyrie and Kevin Love, as we all know. So I think making LeBron inefficient, it was a little bit easier in that scenario. Um, and then we get 2016 LeBron, one of the most iconic just sports performances of all time. The Cleveland Cavaliers came back down 3-1 to the Golden State Warriors in the finals. He led both teams in points, rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks. No player has ever done that in the NBA Finals, and no player has ever done that for a series in the playoffs altogether until this year. Jason Tatum did that versus it was either against the Cavs or the Pacers in the conference finals. I think it was the Cavs. I can't remember, but he did that versus one of those teams. Good for him, but you're not a Finals MVP. Getting back to 2016, LeBron. Obviously, it's going to be probably going to be a top 3 performance of the last 15 years in the finals. Just incredible what he and Kyrie did in games 5 through 7 specifically. Just crazy. Had the back-to-back 40 bombs in 5 and 6. Game 7 had like a 28-point triple-double or something. Only player in NBA history to drop a triple-double in Game 7 of the finals. Obviously, we know about the iconic block, pinning Iguodala off of the glass. Big free throw in like the last minute to give his team a 4-point lead. LeBron was spectacular in that series. The following year, Kevin Durant joins the Warriors in 2017. He wins the Finals MVP. He averaged 35 points per game, 50, 40, 90, lights out efficiency. Out there just honestly picking apart that Cavs defense, which there wasn't much of a Cavs defense. So I think strength of opponent wise, he's not really going up against, some of the difficulties I think these other stars had to go up against in terms of defensive schemes, just the defensive capability of the other team. But he's still you can't deny just how crazy this was. This will probably I'll give this some respect for now and place it top 3. I'm not sure it'll end top 3. Almost certain it won't. But that was a crazy performance. Talking shit to Rihanna or whatever it was. I don't even know. Next, we have him in 2018 winning Finals MVP. I'm not going to put this one too high. Game 3, when pretty much he was the only Golden State Warrior to show up to work, I think that was a spectacular game. The other games, he was either just solid or, just good at best. I do think ultimately he was the third best player on the court in this series. I think this Finals MVP is probably Steph Curry's, in my opinion. I think LeBron also outplayed him with a broken hand. So there's that. But it's still he pretty sure he led the Warriors in points, rebounds, and assists in that series. I might be wrong, but yeah, he was pretty good, but probably no higher than 12 or something. Definitely right on a different level than Kawhi and Iggy. This is 2019 Kawhi. Now, in the finals, he played well, but it did not hold to the same standard, I believe, as the rounds before, leading up to the finals. He was just going crazy. He was destroying Philly. He destroyed the Bucks. He was playing better that whole run, having an historical run. In the finals, it kind of slowed down a bit. I also don't think he was the best player in this series either, behind probably Steph Curry, just because of, just the roster he had and the coverages he was getting while still being able to be as efficient and put out the output that he had. So for that reason, he's probably not. Him and 18 KD is interesting, I think, right? I think I'd put him ahead of 18 KD because I do think he was the best player on his team in this finals at the bare minimum. Showed up every game except for like the closeout game. I think he was a little bit quiet, but I mean, it was fine. The 2020 bubble championship, the Los Angeles Lakers defeated the Miami Heat in 6 games. Jimmy Butler was out there with math teachers and Bam Adebayo. Uh, this was a crazy. That was a crazy performance by. Oh, well, hold on. Was this 2013? He played better than that. Come on. Yeah, no, that was crazy. He averaged like 30 points, maybe like 12 rebounds, 8, 9 assists. This is just me like freestyling. I could have swore it was something like that. Like 60% from the field, damn near. I thought after the first 2 games, AD was pretty comfortably the Finals MVP, although LeBron was playing at that level. And then after that, games like 3 through 6, I think if I remember correctly, LeBron ended up being the best player on the floor for, if not all those games, at least 3. Certainly in the last 2, from what I remember. The Miami Heat had nothing for him matchup wise. This was the year he's running point guard, just elite level playmaking, especially at his age. What was he like? Maybe 35 in 2020, I want to say. Very good performance. That would probably be like 4 or 5, maybe even 6. We'll see if 2013 LeBron moves down. This this is 2021 Giannis. The Milwaukee Bucks defeated the Phoenix Suns in 6 that year. They went down 2-0, then backside swept them to win 4 straight. Giannis, see, it's crazy, right? Because like in terms of strength of opponent is not there for me. I think just leaving DeAndre Ayton on an island to just fight for his life versus a Giannis Antetokounmpo, like that was a bad defensive scheme. I would have made some of those other guys, beat me personally, but like he still put up an historic finals. This was the first finals since what 2010 where neither LeBron James or Steph Curry was in it, and everyone thought it'd be a snooze fest. The 2021 finals was an amazing series, very entertaining, uh, very iconic plays by Drew Holiday, who's now a champion again. He got the steal on Devin Booker. Giannis got the block, and then the and one dunk on Chris Paul. Dirty play, by the way. Just dominant. He averaged like 35, 12 and 5, maybe 35, 13 and 5. Game 6 in the closeout goes for 50. Uh, Makes his free throws like he's Steph Curry. Like this was a crazy performance. I think statistically, just bare statistically, it's damn near number one out of everything we've put on the list so far. Only reason I'm gonna put it behind 2016 LeBron is strength of opponent. I think the 2016 Warriors defensively had a lot more for LeBron than the Phoenix Suns in 21 had for Giannis. Because yeah, they did DeAndre Ayton for the dirt. I'm not gonna lie to you. Why is okay? This is 2017 KD. Okay, yeah, this is 2018 KD. I was gonna say 2017 KD versus 2020 LeBron is a very, very interesting conversation. Uh, I might leave it. I might leave it. This is 2022 Steph Curry. The Golden State Warriors went on to beat the Boston Celtics in 6 games in the finals after falling in the 2-1 hole. Game 4, probably the greatest performance of Steph Curry's career. Drops like 43 points, I think, 10 rebounds. Goes absolutely ballistic in the Garden. Ties the series 2-2, and then from there I feel like they just kind of snatched the Celtics chain and took all the momentum in that series. He had one sneaker, Game 5, where he was like on tour, but other than that, crazy efficiency. The all-time greatest jump shooting finals performance in NBA history. strength of opponents crazy. Like every single starter on that Celtics team received all defensive votes. Defense Player of the Year actually went to Marcus Smart. Robert Williams was also in the Defensive Player of the Year talks for most of the season, but I think he was kind of dealing with minor injuries here and there. But I think he actually that was probably his healthiest season from what I remember. And then the finals, he was protecting the rim. Like that was a very tough defense. They were playing drop on him, the greatest shooter ever, but at the same time, he's shooting from 28 feet. So what do you like? How high up do we want Al Horford to get? You know what I mean? This is with strength of opponent. I think better than both of these LeBrons, and I also do believe it's better than 2017 KD just because Steph didn't have that just safety valve of another. Well, KD literally had Steph in this year. Another guy just dominating next to him, kind of taking some attention off of him, making some looks easier. You still got to convert. So I'm not saying that was easy by any means, but I just feel like on the 22 Warriors offensively, Steph really pulled like a LeBron James level carry job in terms of just creating all of the offense, getting other guys looks, being that efficient while not having like another, 18, 19, 20 point per game score. I think Wiggins was the second highest scorer. He might have averaged like 17, 18 in that finals. I'd probably, I could almost argue over Giannis because of strength of opponent, but I don't think Steph had the defensive impact that Giannis had in his finals. They're very, very close, but I'll probably end up leaving that. This is 2023 Jokic. This What was a more entertaining series? This finals where the Nuggets beat the Heat in 5, or this finals where the Boston Celtics beat Dallas in 5? Two kind of meh finals, honestly. I don't know which was more entertaining. As for individual performance, didn't Jokic average a triple double in the series? I know he averaged a triple double for the whole run. He was crazy. He was crazy. He was crazy. Strength of opponent. Uh, he was going up against Bam, but it. I just don't think. I don't think the Heat had much for him. He was dominant. He was great. I think I'd put him behind these top three. If someone had him ahead of this Steph, I probably wouldn't. I wouldn't fight. I wouldn't fight that. He's the best player in the world, but I just think specifically the context of his finals performance stacked up against the context of these finals performances and kind of like these here are carry jobs. These top three are absolute carry jobs. Jokic, amazing, amazing performance, but like Jamal Murray, I think played very well in that finals. So yeah, LeBron and Kyrie, but I mean LeBron was just kind of different in terms of defensive impact as well. And then last but not least, we do have the 2024 NBA Finals MVP, Jaylen Brown. He averaged like 20 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Uh, Tatum actually led the team in points, rebounds, and assists, but he was worse efficiency wise. I think Tatum had maybe like a 50 true shooting from what I saw. Jaylen Brown like 53%. And also, if you just watch the games, we knew who was kind of consistently playing better throughout the series. I think Jaylen Brown picked his spots better. I think Jaylen Brown played better defensively in this specific series. I do think Tatum, versatility wise, probably a better defender. But I mean, point is, Jaylen Brown was amazing. This isn't really him versus Tatum. This is him versus the last 15 NBA Finals MVPs, and I would put him ahead of Kawhi. I'd put him ahead of Iggy, and it probably stopped there. It probably stopped there. I do think he had another guy playing relative to his level in the Tatum, because Tatum did outplay him in maybe 2 games, but one of those games they lost badly. So do we really care? Probably not. But I think this is a good spot. Probably number 13 out of the last 15 NBA Finals MVPs. And so we'll run it down from top to bottom. And our top 3 NBA Finals MVP performances from the last 15 seasons, 2010 to now 2024. Number 1, we have 2016 LeBron James. Number 2, 2021 Giannis. We have 2022 Steph Curry. 2023 Jokic starts off the top 6 at number 4. Number 5 is 2017 KD. Number 6 is 2020 LeBron James. Number 7 is 2013 LeBron James. 8 is Kobe Bryant in 2010. 9 is 2012 LeBron. 10 is 2011 Dirk. 11, we have 2019 Kawhi. 12, we have 2018 KD. 13, we have Jaylen Brown this year, 2024. And then we have Kawhi Leonard in 2014 and Andre Iguodala in 2015.